When is The Crown Season 3 released on Netflix? Netflix is yet to announce a firm release date for The Crown Season 3. However, work is reportedly going to be getting underway on the third outing in July. The Crown Season 3 looks set to be dropping on the streaming platform at the end of 2018. If the previous premiere dates are anything to go by. In the past, seasons of The Crown have been released on the streaming platform in November or December. Judging by these dates, Season 3 could be available on the streaming platform in either November or December of this year. However, it looks like the release date could potentially be later this year. After new star Olivia Colman confirmed her start date on The Crown. "I don't start until July, so I know nothing about it yet apart from they said I could do it, so I'm holding them to that," she told the Radio Times. "Will Claire Foy return as the Queen? Depending on how long filming takes and post-production, there could be a wait for the third run." The Crown made its debut on Netflix on November 4, 2016, while Season 2 released on December 8, 2017. Much like most Netflix original shows, it looks likely to air in the UK at 8 AM on the day of release and at midnight in America. The release format would be in keeping with the other Netflix series such as Stranger Things. Fans will most likely be able to binge-watch Season 3 in one go when it is released, and there are also likely to be 10 episodes in total in Season 3, again much like its predecessors. Sadly, the existing cast will not back and instead new actors will be taking over the roles. The Crown was recently hit by controversy after it emerged that Matt Smith was paid more for his role as Prince Philip than Claire Foy, who portrayed the main character of Queen Elizabeth II. However, producer Suzanne Mackey told Variety, "Going forward, no one gets paid more than the Queen. Unfortunately, this won't benefit Foy, who has now departed from the role as part of the cast revamp." Following the revelations, the producers of The Crown were forced to apologize to both Foy and Smith from leaving them embroiled in the dispute of gender pay inequality. Foy has finally broken her silence on the gender pay gap, saying that she was not surprised at the difference in the salaries. What are the Marburg files? What will happen in there? Crown Season 3? Season 2 wrapped up in 1964 with the birth of the Queen's fourth and final child, Prince Edward. So the third season will pick up after this point as fans meet an older version of the monarch. It seems likely that the Queen and Prince Philip's marriage will be explored as it was in the first two seasons. However, it looks like the Queen's children will start to play more of a role in The Crown as they get older, and particularly Prince Charles. The Crown producer Suzanne Mackey confirmed last year at the Radio Times and BFI TV festival that viewers will meet a young Camilla Parker Bowles. "Peter is already talking about the most wonderful things. We start meeting Camilla Parker Bowles in Season 3, the executive explained. She went on to say, "We have to be honest. Season 3 and 4 are being mapped out, and the closer the history comes, I now can say, God, I know exactly what I was feeling when that happened. I remember that, and I remember this. That's so exciting." Who will play Prince Philip in The Crown Season 3? But there's a responsibility to it that you ought to do it properly, and there's where the weight comes. Not from 7 years, but we've got to keep being great. There's been no word yet on who will play the divisive figure of Camilla, with some suggesting that Oscar winner Brie Larson Downton Abbey's Laura Carmichael and even Emilia Clarke in the running. Season 3 also looks set to tackle Princess Margaret's acrimonious divorce following her marriage to Lord Snowdon, played by Matthew Good, in the second cycle. According to People, the late Princess Diana is going to be making an appearance in Season 3 as well, which makes sense with Camilla in the picture as well. Princess Diana is also reported to be featuring much more prominently in the following 2 seasons, which as yet have been unconfirmed by Netflix. The frontrunner for the role of the iconic royal is said to be Game of Thrones actress Sophie Turner, who is better known as sister to Jon Snow, Sansa Stark, in the HBO epic. Reports in the Sunday Times also suggested that Princess Diana will become more of a focal point in Season 4. What happened to Princess Margaret's lover Peter Townsend? Who will be in The Crown Season 3? The Crown's casting director Nina Gold recently spoke about finding actors to take on the roles of new characters Charles, Camilla and Anne. Speaking to Vanity Fair, Gold explained, Charles, Camilla, and Anne are going to be pretty interesting characters to follow, because they are just coming into their own. We've cast a pretty wide net for these new young characters. She went on to say, we're looking for a quite wide age range, which is quite challenging. I think we're going from 1964 when we start. Then we have to get him to about 16 to the late 20s. There are a lot of changes in any young man's life at that spread of ages. Andy Harries, CEO of the Crown production company Left Bank, said, Seasons 3 and 4 will be the test of whether the show really has the legs to survive. He went on to add to Variety, I think we were the first television series ever to change cast and continue, and we will change casts twice. It's daunting but exciting, and I hope it'll keep the series fresh and really of interest to people. There have been reports that Helena Bonham Carter will be taking over the part of wayward Princess Margaret, currently played by Kirby. According to reports in the Evening Standard, the 2-time Oscar nominee is all but confirmed to be signing up. Who will play Princess Diana in The Crown Season 3? Outlander and Game of Thrones actor Tobias Menzies has now been confirmed as the new Prince Philip. He previously starred with Smith in Doctor Who in an episode called Cold War, Blackadder. The Night Manager and House star Hugh Laurie has now been tipped to replace Matt Smith as Prince Philip in the forthcoming run. A source told the Daily Mail, Hugh's name has been swirling around for a long while now and it hasn't yet stopped. He is the sort of big name that would draw in viewers. He and Olivia were formidable on The Night Manager, and bosses of the Crown would love to recreate that. Other actors have been considered, but Hugh is viewed as the perfect choice. Paul Bettany was linked to the role of Prince Philip, according to US site Deadline.com. While Netflix would not confirm whether the actor had been tapped up for the role, sources confirmed the negotiations to the publication. However, since those reports, Bettany is said to have dropped out of talks due to his busy schedule. Speaking about casting a new Prince Philip, creator Peter Morgan teased at a BFI masterclass that some pretty established actors could be in line for the role. Who was Lord Snowdon's lover? Jackie Chan? Bonham Carter, 51, is no stranger to playing royalty, having starred as the Queen Mother in The King's Speech and the title role in the 1986 film Lady Jane. Kirby herself has added fuel to the rumors after she posted an image on her Instagram account with Bonham Carter and the mysterious caption, "Honored at the Crown Netflix." While there has been no official confirmation, This picture is likely to convince fans of The Crown that the A-lister will indeed be playing Princess Margaret. There are now going to be questions over who will be playing the role of a young Princess Diana as we see her encountering Prince Charles. Did Prince Philip really cheat on the Queen? Broadchurch actress Olivia Colman will be taking on the role of Queen Elizabeth II from Claire Foy as the show tells the third chapter in the House of Windsor. Her casting was announced earlier this year. Told the Radio Times, Foy was just very supportive. She said, "I'll have a lovely time. Everyone on it is amazing, the voice coaching is impeccable." Coleman went on to say, "Because they were all amazing. So I'm just full of fear because you don't want to be the one who screws it up." She's, Claire, lovely, and she said I can call her anytime. Most recently, creator Peter Morgan revealed to media including Express.co.uk about Coleman's casting. "Do you know? The casting director came up with her as an idea and I thought, I don't want to look any further. Who will play Camilla Parker Bowles in The Crown Season 3? The executive producer went on to say, she was on a list of one and happily she said yes, so it was an incredibly short casting process. We rang her up and asked and she said, oh my god. Yeah. There is no word yet on who will be stepping into Matt Smith's shoes as an older Prince Philip. However, the 35-year-old Doctor Who actor recently said on his replacement, well, I don't know, I maybe know. I don't know if I know. I'm not meant to know. But I maybe know. He added on the Seth Meyers show, if it's the person that it could be, I was just totally flattered. I thought, oh, I'm flattered. What happened to Prince Philip's mother, Princess Alice of Battenberg? Coleman has also suggested who she would like to star opposite, saying she would love her Broadchurch co-star and Smith's predecessor David Tennant. Oh, can you imagine? How much fun. We'd never get anything done, we'd just chat all day. That would be heaven. She added. Vanessa Kirby, who plays Princess Margaret, is also going to be replaced by a new actress, and again the identity of the person is a mystery. However, Kirby admitted that she wanted a scene to show the breakdown of the royals' marriage to Lord Snowdon, Matthew Good. I was so desperate to do further on, because it's going to be so fun to enact when their marriage starts to break down. You see the beginnings of that in episode 10, she told Vanity Fair in a recent interview. She added, I kept saying to series creator Peter Morgan, can't you put in an episode where Margaret and Tony have a big row? And she throws a plate at his head? I'm so envious of the actress who gets to do it. Her words suggests that we can expect to see an older version of the Lord Snowdon as well in season